And welcome back once again. This is Paul Franzen and Nikola Suprak watching through 999 for the DS. And with us this time, we have a special guest, Michael Gray.
Hello there, everybody. I actually recorded all this video footage, so I should have some idea of what's happening in advance.
Yeah, we thought it would be a good idea to bring in Michael to try to keep us on topic sometimes.
Yes, technically we're the special guest since it is his video.
That's true. That's an excellent point.
Well, this is a particularly difficult one. I can remember filming this particular escape sequence, and it takes a half hour.
Wow.
Spoiler alert, it takes us a half hour to get out of this room.
No, that's good. We're gonna get a good puzzle to dialogue ratio this time then.
Actually, not. Most of this puzzle is talking. Watch through this. Yeah, a lot of it takes 30 minutes, but I'd say at least half of it is Junpei and Lotus talking.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what important thing we find out in this room, but I can't remember. In the previous video, you guys sort of skipped over this. The important thing you found was the safe. It was a safe which was locked and you couldn't open, and then Seven, jammed the door open so they could get back to the safe later.
Right.
So, eventually...
I'm not sure if you find anything important. I know Lotus talks about a couple important things that come back in the end, but...
Yeah. So, in the next video, not in this video, we are going to find a coffin with the same lock as the safe.
Right.
And that's gonna enable him to open the coffin and the safe. Otherwise, if you just end up at the coffin without having seen the safe, you just get stuck and the game ends right there.
Is that one of the death scenes, or...?
It's one of the many bands.
No, it just ends right there. There's no death. The game just ends and they're trapped on the ship forever. It's the worst ending.
Wait, you're serious? That's actually what happens?
I'm serious. That's the ending. It's a really horrible ending.
I'm just picturing the DS just shutting itself off at that point. Sorry.
So Junpei just found some ethanol.
I don't know what's that for. I don't know what that's for. But now we're gonna try to figure out how to work the computer.
Yes, I think we're going to learn something about what's her face now.
We're going to learn about how computers work, actually, because Junpei is not smart enough to work a computer.
Oh. He's not smart enough for things.
This is a keyhole?
So someone made a challenge on one of the comments on the last video. They dared us to try to go 9 minutes without making jokes.
That's difficult. Let's do the challenge where we make up voices for the characters. You can be Lotus, Nikola can be Junpei, and I'll be Clover, because she's not in any of these scenes.
Oh. But you're much better at voices than I am, though. You have a great British accent, for example. You're way better at this stuff.
Well, I did see one video where people made up voices for the characters, and I think about half of them were actually British. So, for example, Snake, they thought he was British, so he has a British voice, but his sister doesn't. She just had a high, squeaky voice.
Wait, did they do, like, the whole game? They like, dubbed the whole game, or...?
They did, like, the first 5 minutes of the scene where he meets everybody for the first time.
That's kind of a neat project.
Yeah. I don't know if they were going to continue and do the entire game or not. But right now I'm just examining everything, looking to see if we can find any items, and I don't think we found anything. A power cable, this is it!
I wonder what that power cable's for.
Oh, this is a puzzle too. It's a 3-prong power cable, but guess what the outlet has?
Is it 2, perhaps?
It has 2 prongs, so we're gonna have to find a mysterious item which will allow us to work the power cable.
This is actually a puzzle I had to solve a whole bunch of times in my new apartment when I moved in. We have a lot of outlets that are incompatible with all of our electronic devices here. Some there's not enough prongs, some are European, and some just don't work.
Why do you have European outlets?
I think they were saying like someone from like Scandinavia lived here at one point, and they installed their own outlets, and no one's tried to fix it since.
Okay, so here's the puzzle. Junpei gets confused. Have you been calling him Junpei or Junpei?
I've been avoiding pronouncing his name.
I say Junpei because he likes June, but it's probably Junpei. So actually, no joke, I got stuck when doing the recording here.
You couldn't
Which
remember
is sort
what
of why
to
I'm
do.
staring at place, not knowing what to do. No, it turns out this was a hidden screen. You can zoom in on the window. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
So it's
Okay.
like 5 minutes of, like, I'm going through every single screen. What can I do? And I finally figured it out. So when you look at the window, you get this view, and you can check out like 5 new items. It's tricky because Junpei isn't checking out the items. Clover is checking
Yeah.
them out for him.
Yeah, she's the one who's actually in the room, right? Whereas
Yeah.
Jun whatever is on the other side of the window. Why do I just call him Jun? Jun and
The
June.
last part of his name isn't the difficult part. It's the June.
How about J Dog? I'm calling him J Dog now.
Okay, so she's upset because she doesn't have a rag to clean away the ethanol. And I think J-Dog is right. She should just use her clothes to wipe it away. She's clearly wearing like a jacket or something.
Or how about her hair? She's got plenty of that. Yeah.
Well, what about that headband that looks like headphones?
Hmm.
They remind me like of the Flintstones, actually.
Remind you of the Flintstones?
Yeah, her headband.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can't really see in that picture, but
Okay.
it sort of looks like whatever
It looks
her name
like she has
was,
a couple
Pebble.
dinosaurs strapped to her head.
No, it's like a bone. It's like it's white and it's got little bone designs on
Okay.
it, sort of like Pebbles wore in the Flintstones.
Okay. We're still trying to figure out the plug, it looks like.
Well, and there's another thing that we're learning. There is something like written on the table.
Okay.
And we found the plug. All right. See, it's kind of weird. It also got me stuck because you have to visit her like 3 times. So, I mean, we saw her once to get her the ethanol. Then we're going to have to visit her again to get the plug. And we'll have to visit her again for something else.
Right.
Nikola, you there?
Sure.
Oh, wait. I almost heard him that time.
Oh no, did we destroy Nikola? I
I'm
tend
still-
to dominate
Oh, wait. Oh.
conversation.
Alright, nobody talk. I want to see if Nicola's there. Nicola.
I am here.
Yay! Okay. Thought we lost you.
He accepted the challenge of not making jokes for 9 minutes, so that's why we couldn't hear him for a while. Okay, so all of the switches do nothing. Alright. Yeah, so now we're visiting her to find out what's underneath the ink.
Right.
Uh-oh, she feels special.
Yeah. That was kind of ominous
Yeah.
sounding.
Clover, he likes June. Sorry.
I get nervous now whenever I see in any kind of story, be it video game, book, movie, TV show, whatever, whenever someone talks about how much they trust someone, because I just automatically assume that person's going to inevitably turn on them. I don't trust writers anymore with that particular word.
You don't trust
I don't
the writers.
trust the writers. I blame Joss Whedon. I think he must have done that too many times.
Well, I don't think. Yeah, Junpei is not going to turn on Clover because he's an all-around nice fellow, and
Yes.
he doesn't turn on everyone. He wants to save everybody.
Yeah, J-Dog wouldn't do that.
Although she will turn on him in an alternate ending that we're not gonna see.
I think that might have been one of the ones I got.
That was one of the ones you got, where she becomes a hatchet murderer
Yes.
and just kills multiple people.
Yes.
But I mean, nothing against him specifically. She just goes crazy and kills him because she thinks, well, that's a spoiler. We'll find out later on in this video.
We're only
motivation.
Oh, we will. Okay,
for
cool.
her to have go crazy. No, we're gonna solve 2 puzzles in this video, believe it or not. I mean,
Wow.
go through puzzle rooms.
It's a very action-heavy video. This is gonna be great.
Well, it's an extra long video.
Oh, is it? Oh.
It's only 10 minutes longer than the others. I mean, I tried to make each of the 9 videos an hour and 45 minutes each, but you'll notice it ended up being like an hour and 30 minutes and an hour and 50 minutes.
Oh,
So that's like
better
7
that
minutes.
than to just end the video at a weird spot.
Yeah, in the middle of a computer.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah. Oh, you seem to have very natural ending points. So kudos.
yeah. So this begins the extremely long conversation between J-Dog and
that's his name now. I'm sorry.
J-Dog and L-Dog.
Actually, wait, Michael. Didn't I see on Facebook that you have a new name now too?
I got a piece of mail today addressed to Michael Lilypop.
Yes.
Were they thinking lollipop, or I have no idea.
Really what I should have gone with in the intro. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay, P-Dog. Okay, so here we're explaining about wireless displays. Do you know what a wireless display is, Paul?
Well, I assume there are no wires involved.
Junpei does not understand, so he's like, there are no wires involved? Is that normal?
I've been reading this book about how to write for video games, and that's something they actually talk about is how your main character in a lot of very story-heavy games ends up being kind of dumb because you have to have the other characters explain things to them because that's the only way the player can get the information. They make the character kind of a dummy, and you see it here. I think we kind of saw it in Back to the Future with Marty a little bit. I think you see it in
I prefer inner monologue or something where he just thinks to himself or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so she is going to try to work the computer.
Right side of the screen is really pushing the rating on this video.
I know, I know.
It's very inappropriate. Some of our younger fans should stop watching.
Look what?
Close your eyes.
J-Dog, this applies to you too. Stop looking there. This was the part of the game that made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, she's like in her 30s or 40s or something too. She should be wearing that outfit.
She's 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's actually a variation on this. I think we went through door number 4 first. It's either 4 or 5. But if you go through like door number 5 first, you have a different screen of J-Dog looking at her.
No matter what.
What happens is he's going to make a joke about her being old, which relates to something he saw in the previous room, and then she's just going to stare at him with a very angry look on her face. So really, nothing's happening.
To, like hack into the computer, break the password, or something like that. I haven't been paying enough attention to the dialogue.
That's what she's trying to do.
We had a comment from someone saying that they had absolutely no idea what was going on in these videos, but they did clarify that it was not the fault of the commentators. The game's just a little difficult to follow at times.
It's testing every single possible password combination.
Hope it doesn't take longer than like 7 hours or however much time they have left.
This is not the best way to hack into a computer. Maybe they should continue looking for clues.
Maybe they should try like password first, 1111 admin, stuff like that.
Well, no, they should try 999999999. Probably the password.
Just keep adding 9 to the end until eventually it works.
Okay, so here she's bringing up something. 1 plus 1. The screen shows 2. Isn't that strange?
J-Dog is not impressed.
Who calculated 1 plus 1?
Oh, you guys.
This is so crazy. So she's saying, you know, if somebody only has the monitor, but they don't see the person on the computer typing on the computer, they'll think the monitor is doing all the work. Does that make any sense whatsoever, Paul?
Yes.
So she's saying maybe the same thing is happening here. We have some sort of information being transferred wirelessly, and we just don't know what it is.
They're making this way too complicated. Well, isn't it just they turned the computer on and she hacked and got the password? I could have written this scene and it would have ended like 10 minutes ago.
It's important because it's sort of like Nikola says, sets up a plot line later on about
Okay.
wireless transfer.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fair.
So like maybe with the bracelets they're wearing, maybe there's like nothing inside the bracelets. Maybe it's just wireless transfer that controls it. Well, I don't know. There are bombs inside the bracelets. That's a bad example. Ah, see, she's applying this theory of wireless transfer to the brain.
Right.
So what if the brain is just the wireless receiver, and the real thing that controls our actions is somewhere else?
This game is going to some strange places.
That's pretty deep,
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah.
They took a while to get there, but finally they got to something which actually makes sense. I don't know why they had to bring up the calculator that does 1 plus 1, but
J-Dog's just sitting there. Come on, just figure out the password already.
she's been typing for a while, man.
It's pretty impressive that she's able to carry on such a complex conversation while hacking. Or I guess she's just kind of typing in a bunch of random letters to try to break the password or something. Or is she coding right now? Is she coding the program that'll break the password?
She's coding the program.
And that's very impressive.
See, if we'd gone through the other room, because we didn't go through her. I mean, like I said, you could go through one door with her, with the first door. She does something like that similar. We'll see that in our second playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
She'll just out of the blue randomly drop something like this. It's like, let's just talk about some weird, bizarre subject about brain transfer information for a while.
Oh, look, he's actually looking at the computer screen now.
This really causes you to wonder what sort of job Lotus has, because why would she wear that to her job as a computer programmer?
Oh, is it possible that she's... Oh, what's up?
She said she was unemployed right now.
Oh. Because all the unemployed people I know wear outfits like that.
Yeah, wait, if she's really unemployed, she'd be wearing, like, sweatpants.
Yeah.
I mean, I work from home, that's what I wear, so...
Ooh, and prosopagnosia. This is important. Well, I think it's not important now. It's probably just going to become important in the next video.
Oh, so Nikola, did you want to address that letter we received about the video and the Titanic and whatnot?
Suppose I could. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right near the start of the next video, we'll find out that somebody suffers from whatever you call it, prosopagnosia.
That's right. That's where you can't recognize people's faces.
Yeah.
Or you can't, yeah, like attach a face to a name, etc.
Yeah, you can't really recognize their faces.
Yeah.
You can recognize somebody's like hair or clothes, but the face is just sort of a blank for you.
Right.
And she gives a really good example here about monkeys. It's like, well, all monkey faces look the same to us. But, you know, if you're a zookeeper who's really familiar with monkeys, you would probably be able to identify them by face. But for most people, it's just a general blank.
Right.
Wow, we're 20 minutes in. Wow, jeez.
Oh, we did solve a puzzle though. We got the computer set up.
Yeah, and then we had this conversation, which is longer than the entire puzzle.
I think we have some video walkthroughs on our channel that could like fit inside this video. Like my Adventures in the Magic Kingdom playthrough, I'm pretty sure was not long as just one of the 999 videos.
So I think Lotus was just messing around with Junpei the entire time. Or at least that's what she's saying.
But maybe it's going to come up later.
Well, you know, if she's just trying to kill time, why didn't she talk about something else? It's like, so, Junpei, what's the deal with you and June? Because we'll see later on, or maybe we won't. She makes some sort of comment, I think, somewhere that indicates that she thinks there's a thing going on between Junpei and June.
Well, I always kind of thought that too.
Well, to be honest, it's really obvious.
Yeah. I mean, right from the beginning, it kind of seemed like if there wasn't necessarily something going on that perhaps, you know, they had a thing for each other.
Well, we did see when, you know, they just took a moment or two to stare at each other
Yeah,
while they were
exactly.
inside the doors.
That's what I was thinking about, yeah. Just do computer stuff. Fix it.
So this is a puzzle. Can you figure out how to solve the puzzle yet, Paul?
Is this one of those, you have to get all the squares to be the same color, right?
Yeah, there you go. I knew you could do it.
I'm trying to remember if I actually solved this one or if I looked for an FAQ.
Really? Those puzzles aren't that difficult,
I-
but this one has the added difficulty in that you can only do 5 moves before the
well,
puzzle
I think
resets.
that's, I don't know. My brain doesn't work as well for these kind of puzzles as it does for wacky item combination puzzles.
Well, the solution to the puzzle is actually written on the table in the other room.
Really?
Yeah. So there's like a checkerboard with the numbers drawn out, which you're supposed to hit in order.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't even need a FAQ.
Yeah, I seem to recall just kind of doing it randomly until I got frustrated.
Yeah, so this is me failing a couple of times just to show that you
Yeah.
can only do it 4 times in a row, and then I solved it. Did you hear a noise? Yeah, it sounded like something unlocking. Did he not notice that the lights turned green?
Reminds me of that awful puzzle much later in the game where you're steering some sort of mechanism that's like moving crates around or something like that.
Yes.
Ugh.
That's the only good puzzle in the whole game.
Oh, that was awful.
It was a great puzzle.
Yeah, see, I think that's the problem. I think I like easy things in my video games.
That could be a Professor Layton puzzle.
Yeah, I should just play straight visual novels without where there's no like interaction at all. You're just pushing the button to continue the story.
Have you heard of books, Paul? Those are great.
Books? What? Tomorrow.
Well, I've been thinking that maybe our next video walkthrough, I would love this, is to do Professor Layton and force Paul to solve all the puzzles.
Oh no. That is a
It's
terrible
so
idea.
it'd be like 2 minutes. I'd assign like a 2-minute, like timer. So it's like, okay, if he doesn't solve it within 2 minutes, I'm gonna solve it for him. But I think those would be hilarious videos.
Pushing it. Oh.
Now here, I'm surprised that Clover hasn't said anything the whole time that they've been talking
Yeah, I was wondering
for
about
15
that too.
minutes.
Yeah.
But so Junpei goes over to her, and now he gets to have a conversation with her
He's been over there sulking this whole time.
Well,
for
if
about
Lotus
5
those
minutes.
weird conspiracy theories, I wouldn't talk either.
Just let her get it out of her system.
Uh-huh.
No, but she's upset because her brother disappeared.
Which is very reasonable.
And he didn't say anything strange which would indicate that he was gonna disappear, so... It's okay, Clover. I'm sure you're gonna find your brother.
Oh, so Nikola, did you get that letter open?
I did.
Yeah, let's talk about it for a few minutes, or a few moments anyway. Yeah, we got this email from a listener after the last video where we were talking about the gigantic. Was that it?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
like. I couldn't determine if it was a real thing or not. So we got an email from a viewer who says that she knows a lot of random facts, and she instantly knew this to be true. The Titanic had two sister ships, the Olympic and the Gigantic. Shortly after sinking of the Titanic, the Olympic also sunk. After these incidents, the name of the Gigantic was changed to the Britannic, which also sunk. Interesting, there was someone, and she goes on to tell a story about a nurse named Patty who was supposedly on all three ships, and that she heard this all on Steve Silverman's Useless Information podcast. So
Don't mean to interrupt, but
Oh.
we're learning something really
Oh,
important
sorry.
here.
Oh.
That the
That's all right.
crash, or the car crash that made Snake blind also destroyed his arm, so he has a fake arm.
Oh,
That's the important information you learn if you go through this door.
okay.
Okay, that's it. You can go back to the Titanic.
that's quite important.
I knew we'd eventually get to the important plot point that we need to know. I just
There
didn't.
were two others. There was the Propagasinia, or whatever it's how you pronounce
Yes.
it.
Prosopagnosia.
There we go. Prosopagnosia. And
So-
the mental transfer, or whatever that was called.
Mm-hmm.
So the gigantic actually a real thing?
According to Snopes, the Gigantic is a real thing.
Okay.
But the other story about all three ships sinking and the one woman being aboard all three is a lie.
Oh.
So I hate to disappoint fans of the Steve Sullivan podcast, but according to Wikipedia, the Olympic never actually sank, and it was retired in like 1940 or something after many years of service. And the Britannic only sunk because it was a warship and it hit a mine during World War I. So that's all the information you'll ever need to know about the Olympic, Britannic, and
Yeah.
Gigantic.
Fun stuff. Thank
Okay.
you to
Yeah.
Aubrey for sending that in to us.
Fun information. The video quality has improved slightly.
Oh.
Believe it or not. I changed because I played this on an emulator to get the screen side by side, and I actually changed something. I'm looking up right now. I changed the settings. Yeah, I changed the renderer. Whatever that means. Whatever rendering is, I changed that.
I'll have to make sure that I save this video in a high quality then.
Yeah. No. So really the only difference is
Yeah.
going to be with the characters' mouths. So, I mean, at the very start of this video, you'll notice that Lotus's chin, when she's looking directly at Junpei, is a little bigger than it should be.
Right. I think you mentioned something like that before. To
And
me
now
anyway.
her chin is now normal sized.
Yay!
Hooray!
There's definitely someone at home that's been bothering this whole time.
Yeah.
Junpei's about to kill Clover here because he set the mannequin on fire. Oh, okay, they got her out.
J-Dog.
She clearly has enough clothes to wipe away that.
I think Clover needs to pass some of her clothes over to Lotus. That's her name. There we go.
I think Lotus would appreciate the gesture. And besides,
just like one of her 8 layers of clothes.
her jacket is far bigger than it needs to be, right? It's much bigger than her, I think.
Is there a fire alarm going off in my apartment, or is that the game?
That's the game.
Good. Actually, it sounded more like a police siren. Hey, we did it! Good job, Michael.
Hooray! 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 Well, actually, I'm going to make a guess here and say that Clover somehow knows what's her face? Lotus.
Really? But
Mm-hmm.
you're guessing you've already played this game several times.
No, no, no. I'm guessing because in the sequel it looks like they switched costumes.
Oh.
So maybe they work together at the same place, or maybe we're actually going to learn where she works.
Or maybe they become best friends after this game.
Hmm.
Are there 9 years between this game and the next one?
I don't know, but looking at the
Yes.
pictures of the characters, which I'm doing right now, apparently Clover has nothing covering her legs. Her skirt goes about, looks like half an inch below her jacket, so maybe she really does need that jacket.
At least she doesn't look like a 13-year-old anymore.
Yeah. And Lotus apparently is wearing full jeans.
She's practically a senior citizen by the sequel.
Yeah.
Some really good plastic surgery, maybe. Oh, we found June
Yeah.
and Santa.
Did you not notice?
I kind of fade in and out of actually watching the video.
What happens is that all our characters are going to reunite and meet back up in the hospital room.
Yes.
And if you had been going to the map, you would have figured this out on your own, right? Because clearly, take a look at that map.
You must have heard us before talking about how neither Nikola or I have ever opened the map once while we were playing the game.
Yeah, so see the two rooms
Yeah.
both connect to the same hallway. And it's a one-way hallway that only leads back to the big room. Which is kind of useless.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What's been the point of all this?
I don't know. Did we find anything important? The other people found something important. They found a card.
Okay. That could be important.
Yeah, they found a
Yeah.
card which is going to open up another room. I think I'll pay close attention and see what it is they found. Because it's supposed to be that every single room has something important in it, and you're supposed to like play the game over and over and over again and figure out what the important things are. So you can figure out which order to go through the rooms in.
That's so
Like-
much work.
Like for example, if you get the 4-leaf clover in like in the first room, that's your clue that you need to be with Clover when you go through the next.
Wow. Okay, well that's kind of cool though, because I was just assuming that your choices were pretty arbitrary. I mean,
It's not much of a clue. It's basically you're gonna have a big conversation with her about it if you go with her. I don't know if that makes sense. Whatever. We're back, everybody. We're back here, and guess who's awake?
it's Ace. After knocking himself unconscious with a strange syringe in the last video.
Well, he found the random syringe and decided, hey, I'm gonna shoot myself up with this.
Why not? Yeah, that's what
Because
anyone would do.
Well, we're gonna find out later that he's a pharmacist, so he knew it wouldn't kill him. So yeah, he's a pharmacist, so basically he knew what would happen ahead of time. He knew it would just knock him unconscious for a little while. But he's being sneaky and trying to make it seem like he was very noble.
Maybe he should have taken out someone who was less useful. Like Seven, for example. I feel like I would have rather had the pharmacist on my team than Seven.
I feel like maybe, I don't know.
But maybe that's not how people think in the real world, or in this world, or any world.
Well, I think J-Dog likes 7. See, they found the Jupiter key.
Okay.
Okay,
there
that's
you
the
go.
important
That's
thing they
handy.
found.
Yeah.
J-Dog likes 7 more because he's been with 7. He hasn't been with Ace at all.
Right. You know, I have a feeling we're not going to have 9 minutes total in this video of not making jokes.
Where did we make jokes? We've
Oh.
done it. I'm serious. These characters are complete idiots. They don't know what to do. No, okay, so what's this? Lotus found the
Yes,
Saturn
there we go.
key.
Okay, so
Okay.
okay, so people did find useful things then. Cool. I'm guessing one or more of these items are going to be used to actually progress after we've kind of gotten back to square one right now.
Yeah. One of them controls the elevator, so we're gonna have the elevator
Yeah.
scene, which I know you happen to be a big fan.
Yes. Is that this video?
Yes, that is this
Yes.
video. So here are 3 items. See, this is where the game is being nice. It's telling you what the items are and where they're found. So if you were one of those people who are playing the game over and over again and trying to keep track of which items are where, that's helpful. You would take note of that, right?
Played this game completely wrong. Did Time Hollow do stuff like that too? Did I play that game wrong?
No, Time Hollow had only a couple of branching
Yeah.
pathways, but
And it had that one bonus ending after
yeah,
new game plus kind of ending. I did do
yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah, the branching pathways still led to the exact same storyline. It just added a little bit of flavor.
Did you
It's like,
do
oh,
a video series on that for your YouTube channel?
yes, I did actually.
Cool. Oh, anyone who wants to go see that, go to Arglethump, however that is spelled.
And it's spelled with an argle and then with a thump.
Oh.
That's the one thing I would change if I went back in time. Pick a video channel name that makes sense.
I'm still disappointed that your blog isn't called the Sassy Detective Central anymore.
My sister said I should change it.
Oh, I thought that was great.
Plus, they stopped making that reference like 3 years ago in the Nancy Drew games. It shows up in like 3 games and then they stopped making it.
Oh. Oh, and the timer stops at 37 minutes for how long it took us to talk about Nancy Drew.
Oh, darn.
Still going for Phoenix right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
7
anyway.
is doing the math. 1 plus 2 is 3, but then he gives up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, who's letting 7 do the math? It's like letting Paul do the math.
No. So they're figuring out who is going to go through the 3 door. That would be the one door in this room that wasn't opened yet.
Okay.
So while 3 people go through that door, the other heroes are basically going to go around the ship and find out what can be opened with the 3 new keys and items we found.
So we're letting the other party members solve the puzzles for us while we go do something else.
No. They're finally being efficient.
Yeah.
And it's like this group is doing one thing while another group is doing another thing.
Unfortunately, at this point, they only have 35 minutes left. No, that's not true.
Wonder why 7 doesn't like Lotus.
Maybe he should offer her a jacket or something.
I don't think he can take it off. He's got those overalls, and that's a little complicated for him.
Yeah, I'd rather he leave those overalls on.
Who puts overalls on over a jacket anyway?
Like she's just very comfortable with her body.
Oh wait, I guess they didn't make the plan. I guess she comes up with the plan of splitting up in certain
They were
groups.
just gonna sit around.
Really? They were really going to sit around and wait for the other people to go back to return. So do you think this was really a plan she came up with, or she's just trying to be helpful and giving June and J-Dog some alone time?
I don't know. I feel like I think she's trying to be helpful, trying to move forward. She seems like she's one of the few people in the group who's like actually trying to solve the puzzles and get off of this ship efficiently.
Yeah. I mean, she seems a little cold-hearted at times.
Yeah,
Like when
but-
7's around, then she gets mean, which makes me think maybe she knows him from somewhere,
Okay.
doesn't like him or
Yeah.
something. Maybe they have a history together. Things which are never explained because we don't go through her backstory in this video walkthrough.
Oh yeah, she has kind of a classic manager personality. Like she doesn't develop close relationships with everyone, tries to kind of keeps them at arm's distance, but still like is pressing forward constantly or maybe not constantly, but pressing forward to get stuff done while everyone else is kind of twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah. But in one of the alternate pathways you take, you can learn about her backstory and her daughter and her
Huh.
job and things like that. But we completely ignore that in this video walkthrough. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
I think the viewers forgive us. I don't know if they want to watch us play through this game like 8 times.
Well, to be fair, it happens in one room that we don't go through at all in this video
Oh.
walkthrough.
Is that the only room we don't go through in this
I
series?
think there might be 2,
Oh.
actually. There might be 1 or 2.
Hopefully there's a video walkthrough that covers the stuff we didn't cover somewhere then.
If the people really want it, we can do a bonus video.
If they really want it.
Because this is a long video walkthrough. Do you know how many videos were in this video walkthrough?
Is it 9?
No.
Oh.
Actually, 231 videos.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Which were put together
Okay.
to make 9 full videos.
Wow.
So that's a lot.
Is this going to be longer than my Earthbound series then?
No, because it's only 9 videos long.
I mean, hour-wise. Gosh, I forget how long Earthbound was.
It's 15 hours long, this video walkthrough.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Earthbound wasn't that long. Wow, cool.
I can see how long Earthbound was.
I
think.
I got a comment from someone the other day who was thanking me for doing them because she said she spent like a week during her summer vacation just watching my Earthbound videos.
They were fantastic.
I guess. I mean, people
Whoa,
like them.
Paul.
Huh?
18 hours of Earthbound.
Really?
This is longer
Oh
than 999.
I did that for 18 hours?
So I guess we're gonna have to do the bonus video now.
We don't need to beat Earthbound.
But it's better
No,
than Earthbound.
you know what, Michael? I think the fans really want to see you do another Final Fantasy.
Really?
They love that one.
We'll see. Your Earthbound videos clock in about 200, 300 videos apiece. I mean, views apiece.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nikola, come up with cool comments. I haven't heard from you in forever.
I think we're coming to the scene Paul likes.
Boy.
You're right. My Final Fantasy video has gotten more views. I don't know why.
A lot of people like commenting on them about how much they hate it.
They like commenting on how much they hate my video walkthrough. Yeah, and this is the scene you like.
So, yeah, something. There's a whole video on the YouTube channel that's dedicated to this segment.
It was kind of cute, and so was she. Aww.
Oh. I just love how long it goes on.
They weren't going to be pressed up against one another. At least they didn't have to be. Well, maybe she. I don't know. She's never been in an elevator with a man before. See, it's funny because he thinks she's talking about sex. And she's talking about. What is she talking about, Paul?
She doesn't want to drown.
She's talking about drowning.
She doesn't want to die. Miscommunication is funny.
Because the bottom deck of the ship is covered in water. As we found out like 3 videos ago.
She might get wet.
Soaking wet down there, yes.
Michael, should you be here for this video?
I don't think so. I'm going away now.
That's good. Let's enjoy this in silence. I didn't get this conversation at all until my second playthrough of probably.
Well, she's describing it in the weirdest way possible. Like,
yes.
She's putting Junpei on here.
I just wonder, do the writers just think no one was ever going to see this scene?
They thought no one would get this far in the game.
Oh.
People will be bored by now. Let's just put in whatever.
It does make you wish that they'd put in more scenes like this.
Yeah, I mean I can't remember like any other part in the game where I was laughing out loud because of something funny they did and not just like at the ridiculousness of it. So I was dying when I saw this the first time, and I'm sorry for everyone we're talking over this. Check out our YouTube channel. We have one with no commentary on it, and it's great. Quality's not very good, but
Like all we're talking over is the little bleeps. Like I don't think they'll miss anything.
this is the part we should be doing voices for.
No,
No.
no, no.
Maybe we should get like Christian in here to do the voices.
Yeah, because he sounds like June.
Exactly. No, I'm not sure where I was going with that.
Yes, I've heard that too. Although I don't think the same thing happened. Oh, that's a horrible voice. What does Junpei's voice sound like? Usually what I do is be lazy, and the main character's voice is always the same as my voice. Because that character has the most amount of dialogue. It doesn't matter if the main character is a boy or a girl, they get the same voice as me.
I don't have any voices. I just have the one. Sorry.
So you think they could have done something with, I don't know.
Just
Seven. I mean, Seven, he's not exactly the smartest fellow on the block. He could have had a great double entendre going around.
It's still going on. Oh, thank you for going through this dialogue, Michael.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I definitely do wish the game had more stuff like this. Nikola, what do you think about this? I don't hear you cracking up hysterically.
I've seen this before.
Oh, okay.
Maybe in one of the alternate pathways, maybe the one where we find out about Lotus's backstory, we have a long thing about this. What I said didn't make sense. Maybe there's a long story. They could make jokes at her expense
Yes.
because she's dressed very flashily. I think they only make like 2 references to it in the game.
Oh, we finally figured out what she was talking about.
I think June, she feels insecure at one point, and she says, "But all the guys like girls like Lotus, not me." And then Junpei says, "I don't care about Lotus. You're the one I love, June. The only one I could ever love."
That's a perfect Junpei impression, I think.
And then they kiss passionately. The end.
I didn't get that ending.
Hey,
That's
wait
the
a
fan-
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, all the fan fiction is very depressing. They don't think that June and Junpei should end up together.
Oh.
I don't think. I'm like, really? But they're the only couple.
What's your favorite 999 ship? Go.
Oh man. June.
7 Lotus.
It's a good one.
June and the guy who exploded in the beginning.
Oh, the ninth man?
The ninth man, yes.
They make a cute couple. The pre-explosion or post-explosion version?
Oh, pre. I don't want to be gross. Let's not be gross here.
Oh yeah, let's not be gross
Yeah.
here.
Okay, well, it's saying there are 40 stories. 40 stories. Let me.
Wow, big shift.
46. No. I mean 4999 stories in existence.
So you said that as they were going in an elevator. So
Yeah.
Really?
like, wow.
16 about Santa. Let's see how many about the ninth man. None about the ninth man.
Oh.
There's in a niche here.
If there's any Enchanted Arms fan fiction.
Now, Paul, come on. One video. Let's go one
I
video.
had to. No, I've been playing this other
Five.
new game called Diabolical Pitch, and the guy has a magical enchanted arm. It's been on my mind lately.
5 about Ace.
We need some over there.
12 about Clover. Let's see how many are about June. 11 about June, so she's less popular than Clover.
It's weird.
Junpei, 16. So I guess Junpei and Santa are tied for like the most stories. Oh, Lotus only has 3.
Oh,
Next to the 9th man, she's the least popular.
it's very surprising. I would expect her to be quite popular with video game nerds.
Okay, so it's Santa, Junpei. Okay, let's see Snake. Where does he go? He has 7.
I
Okay.
don't like Santa. I mean, I like the real Santa.
Yeah, I don't really like either.
Shouldn't say
Nothing
much.
about Zero, really. Okay.
Any about the giant bunny in the next one?
No.
Oh.
So that's weird. Santa's the most popular character to write about. Followed by Junpei and then June.
He was definitely one of the characters I was trying to avoid whenever I was making a decision about who to go with. Just because I
Well,
didn't
he's a
like him.
jerk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's also just not interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not interesting and he's a jerk, but we're gonna be paired with him at the end of this video.
Oh.
For his only important scene. I guess he has some other ones, but his most important scene.
Oh, he has a much more important scene, like 3 videos from now. Let's see, video number 8, or 7 or 8. I shouldn't spoil it, so I'm not going to spoil it. Basically, what we've been doing for the past forever is finding out the next couple of doors we can go through.
That's right, that's what we're still doing.
There are 3 possible doors after the second door. So, you know, at the first break in the path, you can go through either of 2 doors, and the second break, you can go through either of 3 doors. And with the third one, you can go through either of 3 doors again.
Yeah. She had nothing to worry about all this time.
I think she knew what she was talking about the whole time.
She wasn't talking about the flooded water after all.
It's just the way she flirts. She's just really, really bad at it.
Hmm. Hey, numbered door.
Yeah.
There we
Only
go.
took him like 10 minutes to find it.
See, this is why I feel kind of bad. Or I don't feel too bad, but we don't see a lot of June. We haven't been through a door with her yet.
That's depressing. You don't get to hang out with June if you want the better endings.
We'll see her in the second playthrough, but
Okay.
she makes a couple of jokes too. I mean, mild innuendo jokes with Junpei. Like, you know, he examines a bed and she makes an inappropriate joke and then he gets nervous.
They're both very good at flirting.
Or they find a bathroom and a shower and then he gets nervous. So now our heroes reunite. They've wasted enough time, so the 3 heroes who are actually doing something are going to be
Hey,
finished
they
with the
did
room.
something. They found that door.
And it took them
After
forever
a
to
10-minute
go down the
discussion about
elevator.
yeah.
10-minute discussion about inappropriate things.
This is the inappropriate video.
This is the wrong video for me to appear
Yeah.
in.
Maybe you should have been there for when we were having people exploding instead.
Yeah, because that's so
That's-
G-rated.
Yeah, it's safer.
Oh, there's Santa again. I think Santa's supposed to be a minor antagonist. How's that?
That's acceptable.
Who else would you say is a minor antagonist? I think him and
kinda
maybe
Lotus, kinda.
possibly Lotus,
Yeah.
but nobody else.
The ninth man, briefly.
Briefly, he could have been an
Yeah.
antagonist, but then he killed
There were
himself.
problems with that.
Yeah, so the first time I played through the game, I just wanted to go through every door with June
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing too.
because I
That's
thought
why
there was a
that's-
love plot line happening. Oh well, maybe in the sequel they'll fall in love and get married.
Isn't the sequel called Good People Die?
No! No! Oh.
Oh no. We lost Michael.
Well, maybe Nikola can I don't know if you mentioned this in a previous video, Nikola, but they had to like there's some blog with the developer. Uh-oh, is Nikola there?
Oh yeah, the one where he answers like every question there is about the story because no one understands it.
Yeah. And one of the things he mentions is about the love plot line between June and Junpei, and he's like, I haven't thought about it, so they never see each other again after.
Oh.
I'm like, really?
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, why were you teasing it in the game then? Oh. Oh, that's bad writing.
He says they never see each other again. Well, it's because he hadn't thought ahead that far, I guess.
Oh.
But that is the most
That's so
disappointing thing
depressing.
about the real ending, because, for like an hour, it's like, okay, they're finally gonna meet. They're finally gonna meet. They finally know the truth about each other. I thought that would make a good ending. They'd kiss and then run off into the sunset.
I didn't expect this game to have a happy ending in that respect. Of course, I haven't seen the real ending yet, so
Yeah, well, we'll wait until we get to the real ending, and
yeah.
you'll be able to tell us, do you think anything interesting is gonna happen?
Well, apparently nothing does.
Oh, interesting things happen, but June disappears like 2 hours before the end of the game, never to be seen again, I think.
Oh. This game's dumb.
You're the one who likes this game, Paul.
That's right. I love it.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
Let's go back to Back to the Future now.
Hooray!
Oh no.
I only got one more video of that left. We should record it at some point.
We do see we'll talk more about June when we get to the final video though. Okay?
Okay.
I have many
Promises. We see her, but we don't see her, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Yeah, it doesn't. You'll just have to wait till the end of the game to find out. And even then, it's not gonna make sense.
It's gonna be so many months from now that we get to that.
It's gonna be, but the game doesn't make sense either, so you're okay.
I'm just kind of hoping we finish this whole playthrough by the end of the year.
Okay, so our heroes are explaining what they found in door number 3. They found a corpse.
Oh, okay. Anybody we know?
And 7 was smart and propped open the doors, which he's the only person who's ever done that. I don't know why. Nobody else has done that. But he's smart. He keeps the doors open so we can return to those doors later on if we want to. So in this case, it's allowing these people to visit the room with the corpse without actually having to go through the red.
Right. Handy.
And it will allow us to go back to the first room with the safe that we couldn't open. The mysterious safe, which nobody will remember because it's like 4 hours ago by the time we return to the room and find the safe. So, if anybody's trying to eat breakfast or something, stop watching this video. We're gonna have another disgusting discussion of the corpse. And here we go. This is something we mentioned earlier. You said if there are any rooms that I don't go through during the playthrough. This is one.
Okay.
I never went through the room with the corpse and solved the puzzles there. So, I mean, there are puzzles here that you can solve, but I just don't. So there are 2 different rooms that I never go through in this walkthrough.
All right.
And J-Dog is protecting June. He doesn't want her to see the corpse.
Oh, she's a big girl.
Is she?
Oh, I don't know. She's as old as him.
And he's in college, right? So
Yeah.
what?
She can handle it.
They're like in their 20s.
Yeah.
And by that I mean exactly 20.
Actually, I don't know that I would really want to see an exploded corpse. To be fair.
But I mean, it's a nice gesture.
Eh.
Trying to prevent your love interest from seeing something horrible.
Yeah, was he trying to protect her as a love interest or just because she's a girl?
I think he's trying to protect her as a love interest because
don't read this description. Oh.
that will definitely put her off of the mood for romance.
Put me off of the mood for spaghetti for a while.
Globules of yellow fat left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them down the wall, even as they dried to it.
Oh.
Santa's voice was strained. Junpei suspected he was holding down some vomit of his own. So I think the narrator voice needs to be dramatic like that the whole time. Okay, but check this out, Paul.
Yeah.
His left arm had split open, exposing his bone.
Okay.
What does that tell you? Does that seem important
That
in
means
any
that
way?
his left arm was real.
Yes, and who doesn't have a real left arm?
I was trying to remember if his arm was, which one of his was fake or not. But it's Snake. He has a fake arm, and I guess it's his left one.
Yeah, so the person who killed here actually was not Snake,
Although
even though it was...
that's what they're going to theorize. They are theorizing it.
Well, they see the clothes and they see it has to be Snake.
Yeah.
Wow, I just spoiled the entire plot line. Wow, I should have let you guys... Sorry.
No, that's okay. I think our viewers probably could have figured that out. I mean, I was thinking that immediately when I saw this before. So I have a high opinion of our viewers. I think they could at least figure out things that I could have figured out. So everyone here thinks Snake is dead and they just found his corpse.
Yeah. And Clover did not get a good look at the corpse because obviously it's the disgusting corpse of her brother. So guess how they're going to figure this out, Paul? This is actually going to be fun in a very morbid sort of way later on.
Well, how they figure what out?
Like 4 videos from now. How they figure out that it wasn't really Snake.
Well, it's the arm, for one, but...
It's the arm, but how is that topic going to come up in front of Clover?
Well, I don't know.
Junpei is going to be the world's most insensitive person and start talking about the corpse in detail.
Oh,
and then she's like, oh man, the way his arm was bent and you could just see the bone sticking out. Was
yeah, okay.
So something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 2 killers, or maybe just 1 killer.
It couldn't just be 1 killer.
Yeah, because you need 3 people to open a door, right?
Or could it?
I don't know. What did he say?
And more importantly, why would anyone in the group want to do that?
Yeah.
What's the motive for this? How does that help anyone?
And in the second playthrough...
They figured it out. It has to be multiple people.
Yeah. In the second playthrough, Clover actually goes through the list. I mean, the mathematical combinations.
Oh.
And she's like, okay, these are all the people who the killer could be.
That's smart. They should do that right now.
Yeah, presuming that it's not her, you know, she comes up with all these things and she crosses off all the solutions that has her number in it. and J-Dog's because he's nice. And he says, well, it couldn't be June, so they cut off her combination too, and that leaves them with like, I forget. We'll find out later on, like 3 videos from now. It would take too much time to go through all the math though right now, right?
I don't think we should. Oh, well, I think they should. And they're not doing anything else.
At least 2 of us are murderers.
Like
Okay.
they have like what, like 7 people there. One person could be working on that, while of course that one person could be one of the killers.
Yeah.
And
So
then they would point the finger at someone else. They would say, well, obviously the only mathematical possibility is, and they could just make something up.
Okay, I've got it right here. It's a door number 3, and they use snakes, so that's a 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So that means the other 2 numbers have to add up to 10. So all the combinations that add up to
Right.
10, those could be the 2 killers. So that'd be Ace and the 9th man. Who's 2? Well, no, it's not Snake. He couldn't have done it twice. Santa and 7. Santa and 7 could be the killer.
I could buy that.
Yeah, you probably could.
I could. Well, I don't really like either of those people, so.
And Clover and
Well, 7
June.
could have just opened the door by crashing into it, also.
So yeah, Clover and June and Santa and 7 are the most likely suspects here. But there's another possibility if there were 3 killers, right?
Well, it's also possible that Zero just set the bomb off for kicks, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, we don't. Well, no, because he had to get into the room somehow, though.
Yeah, it's possible that Zero is involved. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what I was assuming. I think at the time was that I was figuring it wasn't any of the characters at all. Zero had something to do with Zero.
But yeah, it's possible that there are three murderers, and that Snake's number wasn't used to open the door.
Basically, everybody but J-Dog is a murderer.
Which gives them a lots of possibilities. Yeah, J-Dog and Lotus are cleared. Because it can't be Lotus and Snake that killed Snake. Okay, so he's saying that Zero is on the ship with us?
He's trying to use the power of grammatical logic.
That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea, Ace. I mean, it's sort of like saying he used the word "an," so it has to be one of them, when "an" can refer to one or many things.
Maybe they should try going into one of the doors now.
No, let's talk more about grammar.
I'm just saying.
No, I read a book on the logic of grammar once, and it had a whole chapter on that. It said, an owl flew into the barn, which means there's just one owl, right?
Wait, that's an actual book? That sounds really cool. Do you remember the name of it?
I think that was it.
Oh man.
And then it said, an owl eats mice, which means every owl eats mice.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so argued. I forget what the point of the argument was. I just remember that argument.
That sounds like a fun
book.
book.
Wow, that's so cool, but it's absolutely useless in real life.
Wait, hey guys, focus on that part that you just said where the ship's sinking in a few hours. Oh.
Yeah, that's the name of the book, The Logic of Grammar, by Donald Davidson.
I'm actually writing this down.
The Dickinson Series in Philosophy. Yeah, it's a hardcover book. 1975, 307 pages. I only read the one chapter.
Oh, sounds cool.
Wow, you're a huge nerd, Paul.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, don't talk about this again. Come on.
Oh. See, and this is where, like, come on, you think he would blurt out something about the arm here, but no. But no, we're explaining how Clover is sad.
Yeah.
Poor Clover. Perhaps I should apologize, but then he doesn't. Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel that you can trust any of us. That's his voice. It's just Sean Connery in
That was
the
good.
movie adaptation.
You should be a voice actor, Michael.
I'd have to move to southern LA. I mean, southern California. I don't really want to do that. Well, I can't. I'd have to either move to southern California or be one of those hardworking people in San Francisco.
Well, I mean, my cousin does a lot of voice work for indie games. He just does it from his house in like Ohio.
Oh yeah.
He made his own like little studio there with a nice high quality microphone, and he gets a decent amount of work. Not all of it paying, but
Okay, finally the bell rings, and then they remember, oh wait, we're on a time limit
his
here.
voice is actually in like a talking transformer toy or something.
3 hours left.
There's only 3 hours left.
It's okay, there's only one set of doors they need to go through.
Wait, are we really getting that close to the first ending in this series?
We honestly are.
Like, is it going to be in the next video or?
It is definitely, for sure, in the next
Wow.
video, Paul. You can bet your bottom dollar.
By Jingo.
Yeah, and then, let me see. Ooh, are we going to get to the ending now? Now I'm not so sure.
After that.
When do I
Good thing I did not
restart the game?
Bet my bottom dollar yet.
You're right, it's video number 5 where we get to the end of the first playthrough. Never mind.
That's okay.
I forgot for a moment that you can fast forward through things on the second playthrough, so that's going to cut out like 2 hours. Which means that the first playthrough is like several hours, about 2 hours longer than the first one.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's why I thought, well, 9 videos, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, so it's got to be in the 4th video where it ends.
Close enough.
Yeah, maybe by the time we start the next video, I'll come up with voices for the characters. I like doing that with, like, say, DS games or just random games where just make up random voices for the characters.
Yep.
It's a way of amusing myself when the story gets
Right.
boring. It's like, I'll
I
make
can
a
imagine
funny voice for
you
the
do
character.
so many videos just solo. Gotta amuse yourself
Yeah.
somehow. That's one of the reasons I haven't done that in
Also-
a while, because I can't think of anything to talk about after a while.
It also works on horror games, I hear, because I did a horror game called like Nightmare Adventures or something like that, and people recommended doing a silly voice for one of the characters just to make it less scary and frightful. So I gave like Cousin Tim, I gave him like a crazy redneck accent. I gave him a really bad 1940s style Appalachian accent. Or no, 1940s style Kentucky accent, if anybody knows what that sounds like.
To get you to do a voice on one of my games if I ever get to the voice acting stage in any of them.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Yeah.
off screen. I want to know what's going on with your latest game.
Not really. I don't really have a lot of updates at the moment.
Oh,
Well,
nothing.
no,
Okay, never mind then.
I can briefly mention this without actually saying what the project is because I don't think I can do that. But it's fully programmed right now. We're now getting background and character art and animations and stuff for it.
Okay.
No, that's it.
You don't need me to jump in and draw anything yet.
I might soon. I'm check. We probably shouldn't be talking about this now, but I might need some icons for the main screen to, like, you click on this icon to bring you to the menu where you load and save, and an icon to bring you to your inventory, stuff like that. That sounds like a Michael Gray thing.
Yeah.
So as soon as I figure out what those icons actually are, then I will be bugging you about that.
Because I've been working on this project drawing the icons, just to let people know why I'm bringing this up. So our heroes are finally being smart, and they're just casting ballots for the doors. It makes you wonder why they haven't done this before.
They still haven't opened a door.
No, they had 3 doors, right? So they're all casting their ballot for which door they want to go through. That way nobody can change their vote.
I don't know. I'm still kind of think that they just need to pick someone to make these decisions. Although I guess now maybe that's not the best time because one of them might be a murderer. So.
Yeah, well, see here, Lotus doesn't want to go with 7, so that was the idea.
Right.
I think.
That sounds like a kind of logic puzzle. This person can only go in this room, or these people can only go in these rooms, but this person doesn't want to be with this person. This person has to be with that person. And if you put them on the wrong boat, they all get eaten by alligators.
Yep.
I remember doing a puzzle like that in middle school.
And they're fighting about each other because he doesn't like the fact that she's dressed like that. So 7 has standards.
He's wearing his overalls over his jacket. I hadn't actually noticed that.
Junpei, read the rest. Right. Junpei tore his eyes and looked down at the 6th piece of paper. He opened it. June wants door 6. Yes. I don't really have a reason, I just felt like it. All of the papers, save Junpei's, had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head. People who requested door number 1 equals Ace plus Clover. This was the door on A deck, near the central staircase. Oh, come on. Isn't anybody going to talk? I'm tired of doing the same voice for a long time. No, I meant the characters in the game.
Yeah.
Aren't they actually going to talk?
Me and Nikola. I don't think we're going to jump in.
See how long I can keep this up. Yeah.
At least another, 30 minutes or so.
It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke. I want to go through... Which one?
He had to open up the paper to do that.
Junpei was sneaky, and he has all 3 numbers written on separate pieces of paper,
wow.
so he can go through any door he wants.
He was waiting to see what everyone else said first.
Yeah, and that's the reason he decided we need to vote with pieces of paper. That's a problem. June barely spoke above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said. None of these teams will be able to go through the doors they want.
Gave her a Valley Girl accent.
Clover and I choose door 1.
That's not how
She's
I
a
pictured
Valley
her.
Girl, just accept it. 7's gotta have a deep voice, but that's the narrator, so I can't. I have no idea what Santa sounds like. Our digital road is 5. If we're gonna open that door, we need a 1. Damn. What are we gonna do now? She needs to have a grandma voice, right?
Yes.
What are we going to do now?
I think Nikola should do the narrator.
Michael's got this down.
Usually Clover has the squeaky voice. Why don't 7 and Lotus go through door 1 with me? Her logic was sound. 7 and Lotus looked at each other. 7 plus 8 plus 4 equals 19, which has a digital root of 1. The first problem resolved, Ace spoke up. What about me? Isn't it obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1?
The ship is sinking, you guys.
You mean I should join Santa's team? Clover nodded, her face still cold and emotionless. Her attitude and her posture could not have been more different from... Aw, man.
Oh.
No one was ready to contradict her.
Blew it.
Failure. No more voices.
Oh. I'm never gonna talk about
I understand. I will go through door 6 then. If we do as Clover suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door. No one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution. We probably should have figured that out on our own without having to use the pieces of paper. I don't have a problem with it. Me either. Alright then, we're good to go. ... At last, Junpei and the other 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. So Paul, how do you feel about sometimes they spell out the numbers and other times they just use the
They
numeral
should definitely
digit?
be consistent. The hallmark of good editing. Consistency.
Are they consistent?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. I think they consistently use the numbers.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with whichever they go with as long as they stick with the same one each time. That would be my bigger concern.
Okay, so we're going through door 6, and who's on our team, Paul?
I was not paying any attention. One.
Okay, it's Santa.
A bunch of people.
It's Santa, Ace, June, and J Dizzles. J
Oh,
Dog.
we're actually hanging out with June this time.
Yeah.
That's good. I was looking at the YouTube video for the second one to see if there were any questions to answer. There was just from you saying that we need to stay on topic more.
Yeah. Sadly, June's not going to have a lot of dialogue. I want to do her Valley Girl voice for like a long speech, but she doesn't really have... I should have done it during that long elevator scene.
People complaining that we're taking too long to get these videos out. That's true.
They're long
they
videos.
Are. I mean, each video, like I was saying before, is like almost an entire playthrough of like an NES or Super Nintendo game.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, he hoped to be free of the ridiculous game long before that happened. Alright, let's go! Junpei took a deep breath and began to walk. He jogged down the stairs at the end of the hallway and found himself staring at a large door. It was a heavy thing, made of iron and more than a little threatening.
Threatening?
Yes, that's a threatening-looking door, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if this were like an RPG, maybe it would spring to life and attack him or something, but...
Anyway, they're in the engine room.
Oh no, wait, when's that box puzzle coming?
The box puzzle comes in the next room, next to the engine room.
The puzzle's a nightmare.
Because it's the room next to the engine room, because that's the cargo hold. That's why they have boxes.
So much thinking. Why can't I just use the rubber chicken with the pulley in the middle?
What on earth are you talking about? Is that a Monkey Island solution or something?
Yes.
I've never understood the point of rubber chickens.
Well, they're funny.
They're not.
Oh.
How can you use a rubber chicken to be funny? It looks nothing like a real chicken.
It's kind of like a dead chicken.
And dead chickens are hilarious.
Yeah, what's funnier than a dead chicken?
It's a dead chicken. Somehow all the bones have been removed and then sewn up together again. That's
But if it has a pulley in it, it's very useful.
Now we know what Paul does in his free time.
That's why it's taken so long to do these videos.
Okay, so their plot points are gonna happen soon.
Pay attention then.
This looks to be the steam engine
I'll open
room.
up the video again, I
The
guess.
steam engine room? Yes. I have no idea how steam engines work, so this had me so confused.
I think this part required a lot of wandering around and examining everything, also.
It required knowing how steam engines are just engines work, kind of. I know usually, I mean, we've been complaining about the game going into too much detail. It's like, how do I plug in this computer? Ooh, I put this in a socket? But I could really use explanation for steam engines because I'm not familiar with steam technology from a while ago. Hey, what's wrong? Are you all right? He dashed towards her, wrapped his arm around her shoulders, and then kissed her fiercely.
Wait.
That's what you're supposed to do when someone passes out, right? You're supposed to smother them.
You're really warm. You're smoking hot. Yes, I know that, Junpei.
Nikola is working on his fan fiction as we do this.
That's supposed to be like porn music, but they came out like a trumpet, so I'm sorry, that did not help.
Yes, he has a thing for girls with fevers. I don't know. I've got a fever, and there's only one thing that can cure it. Your love. Your love makes me strong.
I feel like you could play bingo with some of our video walkthroughs. Like we just checked off Michael sings a little bit.
Yeah.
For the video watchers stop paying attention halfway through.
Stop paying attention. Michael sings stupid voices. Rubber chicken.
The Paul's beard
Phoenix
one
right.
yet, but I guess we do now.
Phoenix right, now you can check
Yes.
both of those off.
Wow, that's a good idea. Can some enterprising fan out there please make a bingo card for our videos / podcasts? That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, mention of the beard game, and apparently unicorns now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that podcast has gotten more comments than like anything else on the site in a long time.
okay, so Michael Ridgway and I will definitely have to talk about My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic then on the 10-hour podcast spectacular.
Nikola has yet to sign up for. I'm kind of disappointed.
Sundays are bad. I told you. You should do it on Wednesday.
Wednesday is not our 10-year anniversary.
They're kind of bad for me too. I
Oh.
could handle, say, like another hour if it was on the half hour. So, I mean, I'll throw that out there. I guess I'll throw that to Jetty and say, hey, maybe I'll just do a half hour if that's
Right.
possible.
Yeah, we still have a few slots to fill. Still working on that.
So what was also confusing about this puzzle is that we have, say, 3 doors, which are not well labeled. And they all look the same. So we have A, B, and
Yeah.
C. So we have section A, B, and C. So here's A.
Yeah, I think this and the stupid box puzzle are like my least favorite parts of the whole game. This whole area.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not that complicated once you figure it out, but...
Yeah.
It's like, why are those boxes in the way, blocking number B? So you can only reach B by going through A. Something like that. But I have to be honest, I think Santa makes a pretty good team member. Even though he's a horrible
Yeah.
person, he seems pretty good at being on topic and figuring out what things are.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I think Santa and Lotus would be like some of the better team members. I just wouldn't want to actually spend time with them.
Most efficient
Yes,
team members, yeah. So I'm checking this out here. I'm seeing that we have doors B and C. Okay, so you go through A to go through B to do this. Guess what's gonna happen?
Oh, language. Don't look.
Yeah, I'm not doing video commentary for this part. Okay. Good job, genius. You broke it. I didn't break it. It broke by itself. And that's all you do in B. Okay, on to C.
I hear my bunnies breaking something. Give me a second.
So you just
Keep
have to
going.
do things in alphabetical order. Just do things in alphabetical order. That's how you solve this puzzle. You go through A, then you go through B and get that thing. Then you have to go through C. But if you didn't know that, you'd have a hard time figuring out, oh, I need to take the wheel from this corner of the room to the other corner of the room, because you wouldn't know which corner is which. Nikola, you say something.
I've wandered around. I didn't go alphabetically, but I just wandered around until I found out what to do.
Yeah. So apparently alphabetically is the way to get through this, but what am I doing here?
You're turning the wheel.
What happened?
There's goodies in the basket now. You gotta go back down and get them.
Mm-hmm. Have you really ever heard of a one of these winch things that works only one way?
No, I don't even know how that could possibly work.
That would make it the most useless winch ever, because you can only use it once and that's it.
Yeah, who would invent something like that? It's like, all right, it's got its one use. Now we got to rebuild it again.
And I think we're gonna have a longish conversation here, or maybe later.
It's okay. I saved my apartment's wood paneling. Don't worry.
Were your bunnies trying to do something to the
They were
panel?
trying to eat my apartment. They do that sometimes.
Somebody came in and tried to make like a rubber bunny by taking your bunny, and the blood splatter was like spaghetti, which was on
What
the
are you
walls with
doing?
huge chunks.
What are you doing
meat.
to me? Don't do this.
And
Talk about their bones. Talk about their bones.
that's why we have a bunny in the sequel.
Oh, poor bunnies.
That's where the bunny rabbit in the sequel is gonna come
Poor
from.
Phoenix and Maya do not approve of this.
We're still gonna have to do a video walkthrough.
By the way, that
for
does not count for the Phoenix Wright bingo, because those are actually my rabbits' names. Sorry, go ahead.
Are they in a relationship like the video game equivalent, Phoenix and Maya?
They have a very platonic relationship.
I see.
The bunnies are
the
Phoenix
bunnies, obviously, because Phoenix and Maya are together forever.
Whatever.
Okay, now you can mark the square.
You had a third bunny. I remember your bunny died, right?
Yeah.
Edgeworth bunny died.
Edgeworth did not. Yeah.
I told you shouldn't have let Manfred von Karma take care of him.
Oh. No, I'm sad.
Okay, so here's the longish conversation. This is about lab rats. Lab rats. I don't know how to pronounce those two words. But it's a pointless... No, it's not a pointless conversation. We're going to learn more about the rats. So what do you think, Paul? Do you think they are lab rats, that somebody's just messing around with them for a science experiment?
I think it's a game show.
Or somebody's just messing around with them because it's a sick, twisted game?
The latter. I don't think they're experimenting on anyone.
Okay, so here's the experiment, which coincidentally has to do with, I think, communication, telepathic communication.
It's at points like this where the game started to lose me.
Well, this is completely irrelevant. They could have deleted this.
They need another character that's like, we're gonna drown. You guys have to hurry up.
Maybe the ninth man would have been like that. Maybe that's why he was included.
Hey, yeah.
The voice of urgency.
Meanwhile, June is back downstairs, dying.
Santa, you're supposed to be the one keeping us on task here. Come on.
Who thinks that June faked the fever just so she could get out of solving the puzzle?
I think it's just so she didn't have to listen to all these people.
She's taking a nap down there.
Well, does she really have a fever? I think she does.
I was dubious about that.
I'm not entirely sure if she's faking it or not.
Well, you find out in the true ending what it actually is.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Oh, okay. Well, I could tell you, but I think it would spoil everything for everyone.
Okay, let's not.
So we're still talking about this.
Yeah, no, the fever was just an excuse to get Junpei to pay more attention to her.
She did.
Yes, the whole experiment, this whole nonary game was just so she could fall in love with Junpei.
I would like it if that were I would be really happy if that's what the game was about, actually.
She figured that was the only way that they could fall in love.
That would be a really satisfying ending.
What?
You don't think so?
No, because then she's a
that's what makes it cool.
People
I don't think I actually want them to get together. I think I want the point to be that she's a crazy person, and that's what she was trying to do.
The ninth man died, and somebody else died.
Well, I'm not saying that I would do the same thing.
This is a high-stakes relationship gamble.
Elizabeth and I got together.
Oh.
She was the one who survived.
J-Dog is not ready to leave the topic alone. He still wants to talk about it, even after Ace says stop.
We haven't talked about this enough, guys. Let's take some more time.
Meanwhile, 7 is somewhere crashing indoors.
He just like plows through the side of the wall.
Like
This
the
is
Kool-Aid
important.
man.
Oh yeah.
This is slightly important. They put the rats in a dangerous situation on purpose, right? During this experiment. And it's relevant because our heroes are in a dangerous situation where they could die. Just like the rats in the experiment that we weren't reading about because we were busy talking.
It's very important, though.
Because we got bored of all these sort of
Our viewers were
conversations.
paying attention, I'm sure.
Well, I'm just saying that's the
Yeah.
connection. That's how it's relevant. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and you emerge. So an emergency or potential emerges? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be emergency for inspiration to emerge.
That is literally what he just said, and then Junpei repeated it, and it's like, is that what you were saying? Junpei, why are you-
Junpei suddenly felt
I
cold.
think the Enchanted Arms people actually had something to do with this game.
Oh.
I'm the one who likes this game. That's right.
You can check off the square with a Paul Roy Suprak about Enchanted Arms.
Okay, so anyway, we're finished with the horrible catwalk puzzle. Thank goodness. It wasn't that horrible, you just had to do it in alphabetical order, but
I'm
still.
just hoping if I mention enough, the fans will demand that we do a playthrough of that next.
We can, but it's
Yes.
going to be a very angry playthrough.
Guess what was in the box? Where's the box? I mean, I'm trying to find
whatever
the
it was,
box.
it was what we needed to solve the puzzle.
And meanwhile, June is nowhere in sight.
Nope. She's dead. She's gone.
Well, no, she's allegedly down here sleeping or something like that, but they didn't actually draw a picture of her sleeping. I think there's a reason for that. I don't know.
Art budget went over.
You know, I wouldn't have minded if there was just like a little June thing on the stairs and you can talk to her, say like once or twice.
It is weird, isn't it?
Or you tap on her and then Junpei will say, no, I shouldn't bother her. She needs her rest.
Well, they didn't draw any sprites in the game at all. Well, I mean,
Aside
Yeah.
from like these the character models we're seeing right now, that kind of perspective. Right.
So our characters are happy. They are really happy they solved the puzzle. Ace was just smiling like there was no tomorrow. I just had some pizza pie.
I'm not sure where you're going with that.
I don't know. Everybody, as soon as we're getting out of here, I'm giving you free pizza and free pie.
I thought he was a pharmacist.
Oh. Well, here's my question, which has nothing to do with the game. Does it bother you when people call pizza pizza pie?
Yes. That's why I was so confused when you just said pizza pie.
Yeah, sorry, that's it. It's like, why are you calling it pizza pie? It's pizza. It has nothing to do with pie.
Well, it's in like a pie shape. Sort of. Well, it's a circle.
Still prefer to have it
Circle.
called.
Pie does not have the rights
Yeah.
to circles, Paul.
Well, I call my coasters coaster pies also. So.
I mean, hamburger patty pies in
Yes,
there.
I love hamburger pie.
Now see if you guys were watching My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, we would talk about Pinkie Pie right now because she's one of the characters.
That's a shame. Actually, Nikola, do you watch My Little Pony?
I don't. No. I'm a man. I'm a grown man.
We should have 999, the My Little Pony edition.
Yes.
How would that work?
That's a mashup just waiting to happen.
Like ponies.
Actually, I think it's happened.
Really? Because I know there's some sort of Phoenix Wright thing that you posted about before. Phoenix Wright, My Little Pony crossover fan game.
Okay, no, somebody on DeviantArt, Sharubi, I don't know what the character's name is, but that person drew all the 999 characters done up like My Little Pony characters.
Wow.
We'll have to post a link
Yeah,
in the show notes now.
Yeah, Nikola, remember that when you write the post for this, assuming that you write the post for this.
Okay. Let me write this down. 99 ponies.
I think our My Little Pony Phoenix Wright post actually got a significant amount of views.
That's what people are Googling.
Yeah.
Kind of like before, how when Michael would mention like High School Musical or Justin Bieber in a post, that would also get a significant amount of views.
Yeah, okay. No, but I mention it because the My Little Pony is based on the relationships between the characters rather than, say, like, deep plot lines. I don't know where I'm going with that. This game, you know...
Yeah, we were just
some
gonna
of
let
the
you go with that.
So when you Google Phoenix Wright and My Little Pony, Michael Gray's post is on the first page of results. It's number 1, 3. It's number 4. Let's get that up to number 1.
Wow, that's pretty good actually. That's not bad.
Oh wow, June looks the best like a pony, I think. She's the only pony who's actually looking
Have
at the
we really
screen.
degraded this far?
No, we haven't.
This is so sad.
It says something that the characters in this game are so boring that
I thought you liked this game.
I love this game, but Santa, I don't like him as a character, and Ace is an interesting character, but right now he's blah. I think you need to pair him with somebody who's he can
like
work
interesting in the what characters are interesting?
7.
You like 7?
Yeah, I liked him. Sorry, I know you guys think he's an idiot.
We're not on Team 7 here.
But I mean, Ace needs somebody to work with, and in order to be interesting, and Santa does not complement him well. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Michael, what was the name of this DeviantArt person? I'm trying to find the Little Pony 999 thing, and I can't.
Search for My Little 999. And it's the 2nd, 3rd, 4th result on Google.
Wow, I'm looking at them now. Yep.
All right.
No, then there's comments from people who already want them to make ponies of the characters in the sequel.
Lotus still looks like a trollop. Pony.
She does.
She's a trollop pony.
Wow, they have their numbers like seared into their skin. Ugh. That's gross.
Yeah, someone did them. This is terrible.
Like carved into them. Wow. That's horrifying.
That's how they are on the show. Usually they have like a little rainbow or something on their flanks.
Oh, I liked this puzzle. This one was fun.
Oh, I hated this puzzle.
Oh, this one was so simple though.
But what I did for 5 minutes, no, I got stuck, and see that right there was me resetting and from an earlier save point and trying again.
Oh, I liked this one. My Paul brain can handle it.
Okay, so next we're gonna have a little conversation with Santa, and that will be the end of the video.
Little conversation, still like 15 minutes left. Or maybe that
okay,
much.
A little long conversation.
Yay, we found it.
I want to see a 9th man pony. I'm sorry, I'm still on the Little Pony thing.
No, but again, pre or post explosion.
Both.
You should have had a comment there requesting it.
I think I will right now.
Are you seeing a Clover pony? There's no Clover, so apparently this person is still working on it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. When was this posted? Maybe it's just not happening.
Okay, well there's a poll.
Yeah, this is for anyone who wants to look this up. This is Deviant art user Sharubi, that's Sharubii. Anyone wants to check out this fantastic artwork?
So,
Or like Deviant
oh yeah,
aren't.
June.
I never knew where to go with that. Actually, these are very good ponies.
Paul is going to be a big fan of this series
Yeah,
by the time
I'm
this
gonna start.
walkthrough is out.
It'll give me something to do while we're recording these videos. I'll just watch My Little Pony on the other screen.
Oh, that'd be a great story. It's like, how did you get into My Little Pony, Paul? Well, I was playing 999. Oh, you're such a warrior, Jumpy. Oops, I mean, worrier. June giggled. He wasn't sure if she'd made a joke or not, but seeing her smile again made Junpei feel at ease. If she was well enough to smile and laugh, then she really was feeling much better. He gave her a friendly poke on the forehead. Hey, let's go. Go
He
here.
booped her?
All right, I didn't tell you. We got the exit open, so great. Let's go. June clasped her hands and nodded urgently. I thought they would go hand in hand to the exit, skipping together. And here's Santa looking at a picture of his sister.
Oh.
He's worried that he's never going to see her again, which is probably the farthest he ever goes in
Yeah, I was
character
just gonna say,
development.
we're giving him a layer besides jerk.
All right, I posted the
You
comments on the
did.
person page.
Can I like it? Can you do that on DeviantArt?
I don't know.
You have two snakes. Why do you need two snakes? That's
can reply.
craziness.
So reply and say, yes, I also demand that man pony.
Alright, I'm looking for it. 3
Santas, 2 snakes. Yeah, seriously, let's keep moving. Let's get Clover and a 9th man pony in there.
Wait, where is the comment?
It should be the first one on the page.
On the page with the ponies?
On the page with the ponies.
No, I don't see it.
Okay, so Santa is saying that he was the Santa Claus for his little sister because they didn't have parents.
It's actually under the Lotus pony. I forgot to go back.
Oh, okay.
This was kind of sweet.
I like how Michael's trying to keep us on track, and Paul and I are just lost on ponies now.
Santa got me a present. He got the doll that I said I really wanted.
How do you add these emoticons to it?
I'm not actually sure.
I see them, but I can't. I'm clicking on them, but it's not doing anything.
Yeah. Did you find my comment?
Yeah. Wait, I have to make an account? Oh, man.
You do. That's why it took me a couple minutes.
Anyway, his sister wrote letters to Santa, and he intercepted them and used them to figure out what to buy for her. So he got her good Christmas presents every single year.
So basically, he stole her mail and then looked into her private thoughts. What a terrible person.
But one year, her letter was different. She didn't have a list of toys. What did she want? I don't want any presents this year, Santa Claus. I just want you to make my wish come true. My wish is that we'll be happy like this for a really, really long time.
His sister was actually 26.
But I couldn't make that wish come true. Some Santa I am.
Confirm it through my email, too.
Junpei had never seen him look sad before. He wasn't sure he liked it. He decided not to ask any more questions, but... Like, what happened? June asked. What did happen? She died. Oh,
Oh.
ouch. She was killed 9 years ago.
There. Okay.
What
I
happened
added my
ago?
comment. My username is
Hooray.
JDog with 3G's at the end because 1 and 2G were already taken.
Really?
And I added the emoticon of a little smiley face dance into it.
Nikola Suprak says, I want a 9th man pony. Pre and post explosion, please. And J Dog with 3G says, yes, I demand this as well. And there's a dancing smiley face. Yeah.
What are you two doing? Let's get going. Now there,
Sorry.
I think.
Yes.
See there. I think they should have spelled out the word two, TWO, rather
I didn't
than
catch it. It was a numeral there. Okay,
Yeah.
that's weird. The AP style
When he's
book does not
shouting,
agree
"What
with
are
that.
you two doing?" Yeah.
Yeah, according to Associated Press style, you write out with letters. I think it's 0 through 9, and then 10 through infinity. Then you do decimals. I think that's what they say.
Why are
Well,
there
I
two
mean-
Santa ponies? Oh, one's a young Santa pony. Why is there a young
Why does
Santa
Santa
pony?
get 2 ponies?
I don't know. Okay, sorry.
Yes,
Back
we're
to the
almost
video.
done. We're almost there, guys.
We're almost done. Yeah.
We've almost beaten the game. Well, that's not true.
No,
That's
we're
not true at all.
not. You're such a liar, Paul.
You win.
We've almost beaten this video. We have less than a
All
minute to go. This is the cargo room with the puzzle that Paul doesn't really like.
Oh,
And
can I
starting
skip
off in the
that
next
video?
video, we will solve the cargo room puzzle. I'm really trying to wrap up, but I don't know how much time is left. So
30 seconds. You're good.
okay, then I didn't need to do the wrap up voice. Trying to
I interrupted you, so that was
get us through in five. I was trying to get through in 5 seconds.
lots of exciting stuff coming up in the next video. So watch it.
Yeah, we have propagnosia. We're gonna confront the person who killed. Confront the killer.
More ponies. That is a
More
promise.
about
Yeah,
ponies,
more
definitely.
ponies.
More ponies.
Absolutely.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. This
Bye.
is Paul, Michael, and Nikola. See you later.